All right, let's dive right into this explainer. I was absolutely fascinated to discover why our current diet might be failing our aging muscles and how the solution could literally be sitting on our pantry shelves right now. Sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, is something so many of us battle as we get older, but we actually have way more control over it than we might think. So here's our menu for today. We're going to tackle the great protein myth, look at some plant-based pantry heroes, check out the heavyweight animal proteins, and finally expose the ultimate muscle saboteur. Kicking things off with Section 1, the great protein myth. We've all heard the advice, right? Just eat a can of sardines every day to stay strong. But look at this massive gap. One daily can of sardines gets you maybe 18 grams of protein. Compare that to the real goal. Our aging bodies literally require at least 100 grams every single day to effectively synthesize muscle. So you can see pretty quickly why that simple sardine habit falls woefully short of what you actually need. Here's the real kicker. Muscle building is actually 80% what you eat and only 20% exercise. Honestly, you could be taking long evening walks or lifting light weights every single day, but if you aren't hitting that 100-gram protein threshold, your body just doesn't have the raw materials to build or even maintain that muscle mass. This rule is a massive game changer because it puts the power to fight muscle loss right back in your own pantry. Now, what's really interesting here is how easily accessible everyday alternatives absolutely crush sardines when we're talking about high-quality protein density. I mean, look at canned tuna, up to 30 grams. Canned beef, about 28 grams for just a 3-ounce serving. These are the heavy hitters, the highly concentrated sources your body is practically begging for. Moving right along to Section 2, plant-based pantry heroes. Okay, let's talk about mushrooms. They aren't just some little garnish on your plate. They are a literal secret weapon. A cooked cup packs up to 15 grams of protein, but the really wild part is the clinical data. A 12-week study found that seniors taking specific mushroom extracts alongside resistance training saw an 18% greater increase in muscle mass and a 23% faster recovery time compared to the control group. That's the power of potassium, selenium, and beta-glucans working overtime to stop inflammation and cramping in their tracks. And this ancient wisdom perfectly aligns with modern science. Centuries ago, traditional Japanese laborers and samurai actually relied on mushrooms to fuel their immense physical demands. They were basically using them as a nutritional pharmacy for endurance. And today we know it's all thanks to those unique bioactive compounds that boost our body's ability to synthesize new muscle. Next up, canned beans, specifically black and kidney beans. These guys are absolute metabolic powerhouses. One cup gets you about 13 to 15 grams of protein, but their real magic is the magnesium and lysine. Many of us are actually deficient in magnesium without even knowing it. A 20-week study showed that seniors eating beans daily got a 16% greater improvement in muscle endurance. Plus, all that fiber ensures you have sustained energy all day long. All right, shifting gears to Section 3, heavyweight animal proteins. So canned tuna has been a Mediterranean longevity staple for over 3,000 years. And for good reason. It delivers 25 to 30 grams of complete, highly bioavailable protein per 3.5 ounces, which is nearly 40% more than those sardines. And the B12 and niacin are fantastic for fast recovery. Check out this Sarcopenia study. Tracking 180 seniors, those eating high-protein fish like tuna 3 times a week gained an impressive 4.1 pounds of muscle mass in just 8 months. That is huge. Then we have canned beef, which acts like a massive metabolic catalyst. You're getting 25 to 28 grams of immediate bioavailable protein right out of the gate. But it's also loaded with carnosine to fight age-related decline and natural creatine for muscle contractions. A 16-week study showed seniors incorporating canned beef achieved a remarkable 22% greater increase in lean mass compared to those relying just on plant proteins. It's fascinating how practical history lines up with this again. Just like the samurai with mushrooms, 19th century cowboys and railroad workers instinctually relied heavily on canned beef for sustenance. It kept their strength and endurance up way better than relying solely on beans and hardtack. The complete amino acids and natural creatine were simply unparalleled for preserving physical vitality under really harsh conditions. Which brings us to Section 4, the ultimate muscle saboteur. Now pay attention to this one, because eating all those amazing canned foods is completely pointless if you pair them with this staple right here. Instant noodles. Yeah, they're an easy comfort food, but they are highly processed and have a massive glycemic index, ranging from 47 to 68. They cause severe blood sugar spikes and actively create a toxic, inflammatory environment in your body that destroys the very muscles you're working so hard to build. The data on this is honestly devastating. A 10-week study of 180 seniors revealed that when you combine processed noodles with healthy proteins, you actually reduce muscle protein synthesis by an alarming 35%. Imagine eating that high-quality canned tuna, but your body can only use a fraction of it simply because of the noodles you ate it with. Let's break down how this creates a complete metabolic disaster. First, that extreme blood glucose spike literally prevents amino acids from entering your muscle's cells. Second, the refined wheat triggers what we call advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These toxic compounds accumulate right in your muscle tissue, which triggers step 3, massive muscle inflammation and breakdown.
To put this into perspective, consider the real-world case of 72-year-old Paul. He thought he was doing everything right, eating his healthy tuna and mushrooms, but he was heavily sabotaged by eating them alongside instant noodles. He experienced declining muscle mass, horrible fatigue, and joint stiffness. But once he eliminated the noodles and swapped them for quinoa and brown rice, the results were staggering. In just 4 weeks, his inflammation markers plummeted by 60%, and he gained 1.8 pounds of lean muscle.
So the big question is, do you have instant noodles sitting in your pantry right now? And more importantly, which of these 4 powerhouse canned foods are you going to replace them with today? Every time we choose whole foods, we protect our future mobility. It really comes down to whether we're willing to clear out these hidden saboteurs to support our bodies. At the end of the day, fighting age-related muscle loss isn't about buying ridiculously expensive supplements. It's about smart, simple, everyday pantry choices. But what if diet is only half the puzzle? Stay tuned for our next explainer, where we'll reveal a completely different, ancient strategy clinically proven to boost muscle protein synthesis by 34% by activating dormant pathways literally without a single drop of extra exercise. You definitely won't want to miss it.